Hello. Howdy do. How's everybody doing today? Happy Tuesday. Yeah. Sorry for starting a little late relative to the original plan, but I mucked up a little bit. I completely forgot. Hey, Hyper, how you doing? I completely forgot that I had in the Discord talked about doing this at 6 p.m., including putting an event in place. And then I was like putting out everything. Hey, we're gonna start at 6:30. So we're gonna extend it a little bit. So the whole plan is gonna go for 2 hours instead of an hour and a half. We'll see how it goes. Maybe this will be normal. Maybe it won't. We won't know until we try, right? All right. So, yeah. Hey, guys. How you doing? Hopefully, you guys are doing well. Maybe you brought a project with you. Anybody brought any projects that they're going to be working on? Sorry, 1 second. I'm still doing all the little last-minute things, getting stuff up and running. I literally just ran in here. Oh, hold on. No way. Is it showing? Hold on. Let me double check that. Is my stream correct? You best come correct. That's what I've been taught. At any rate. YouTube. Double checking the YouTube one. That. Huh? Oh, thank God. Okay. Good. We're good. Okay. Okay, now we're good. Yeah, so I'm curious how many people have brought projects with them. I don't expect this to be a very large stream. It's the very first time I've decided to do one of these. So, whoever did show up, cool. If they're... Oh, God, no, stop. Lately, my dog has been going bonkers every time I start streaming. Every freaking time. It is... a little annoying. I love my dog, don't get me wrong, he's great, but he lately has been he'll just start trying to hop. He'll smack my leg trying to get my attention. I'm like, dude, I'm trying to do something here. Let's distract him with some snackos. I got his vat o snackos. Hopefully that'll help. It's like the rest of the day, he could care less that I'm here. And then, of course, the moment that I actually need to focus on something else beyond this small, adorable animal, he just starts, barking and sniffing and making all the sounds he can to get my attention. Yeah, that's all. He just wants to be a Twitch star. I mean, I'm doing my best part. I'm trying to put him in every single thumbnail, every single emote. Like, he's in a lot of stuff. How much does he need? Does he need his own damn channel? Probably does. Oh. Don't you hate it when soda goes down the wrong way? Then you're just like you're about to explode from it. Ooh, excuse me. Yeah, so here's the plan. Here's what the whole point of this is. What this whole spiel is about. With the Let's Create, what we're going to be doing is hopefully this will be bi-weekly, number one. So we'll be shooting for probably Tuesdays unless something comes up and we might move it to a different day. But right now we're looking at Tuesdays. No. Now he's doing the violence. He's attacking my leg. Let's see. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So, yeah, it'll be every other Tuesday, most likely. And it'll probably start off at about an hour and a half. Today will be 2 because I completely mucked up the times. And the whole intention is that you can bring whatever creative thing you've wanted to work on for a while into the stream. We're going to spend the first 15, 20 minutes. This one might be a little different. We'll see because of the extra half hour. But the first 15, 20 minutes, just kind of talking about our projects, what we're planning to work on today, things that may be bugging you, getting in the way of trying to get stuff done, questions about trying to work on it, all that kind of stuff, just a kind of a nice little conversation about what creative stuff we're trying to dig into. We will then have about an hour. I have a feeling this one's probably going to be about an hour and a half where we're just going to have, chill project time. So you can whip out the project, just hang out here, chat, work on your project, get stuff done. And then about 15, 20 minutes before the end of the stream, after the time's up, we will then just kind of have a cool down from the creativity. We'll see, like, hey, what's up? How far did you get? What did you, what progress did you make? And anybody that wants to share is welcome to share. If they don't want to, perfectly fine. This was all inspired by a streamer. I used to watch, actually, she was a podcaster that happened to stream more than a streamer. She used to do this, basically, pre-pandemic, so like about a couple of years before that whole thing happened, every other Wednesday she would do this, and I thought it was really kind of a cool idea, but she stopped doing it, and I thought, you know what, this would be kind of a fun thing to do. And also, it's part of the whole point I wanted to have with this channel isn't just, vid games. I love vid games, don't get me wrong, but also to build kind of a creative community, to actually build a community that wants to make things, wants to create, whether it's paintings, whether it's digital art, whether it's writing, whether it's crochet, whatever you wanted to work on, you could just, have a place to do it, but it's, a digital community, online community, that's the thought behind it at any rate. Excuse me. So yeah, with that, let's have a little chat. We'll chat about what everyone's working on. Now, right now, I can look at the viewer numbers. It's very small. I kind of expected this. Number one, I'm not a big streamer. Number two, this is definitely a subset of that subset. So I don't expect a lot of people to be hanging out here. So I can go first. I might be it. I could go only maybe. But yeah, my plan today, my original plan was to actually start working on my next RPG. It's going to start probably working a little bit actually on the overall outline for it. But what I realized I want to get done is I've had this vlog for the Bar Citizen. I went to literally over a month ago now, and I haven't put it out yet. And it just keeps sitting there. And the longer I don't get it done, I don't work on it, the harder it is to really kind of motivate yourself to do it, And so I'm like, you know what? Rather than working on the RPG book, let's focus on that. Let's build the dang, or let's finish the dang vlog. It shouldn't be that hard. So that's what I'm going to be working on today. That's my plan. So I'll be Adobe premiering it. That's kind of my plan. Does anybody have anything they're working on that they would like to chat about in any way? I feel like it's a loaded question, but you never know. You never know until you know. What are you bringing something to the table, Hyper? What are you going to be working on? Oh goodness, sorry. My leg buzzed. Purchased a new synth a couple of weeks ago. Ooh, hell yeah, that's pretty cool. So you're gonna be working on some music? I haven't figured out. So you can figure out how to implement it, how to utilize it. Awesome. That's perfect. That's a great place to start with this stuff. You know, spend the time dorking around with the dials. That sounds like a good plan. That sounds like a very, very good plan. Just got to make sure as I'm rolling back, I don't squish the dog. There we go. What I'm gonna do. So good. Nice thing is, I learned this at like a couple of jobs ago. God, brain. There we go. Google. There we go. I want to go to Google. The Goog and put in timer. They have a actual timer integrated into Google. If you go to google.com, you just type timer, bing, bang, boom. Let me pop that up on the screen here. Spend the time darkening around. So what is it? Is the synth a standalone? Does it integrate into the into your computer or anything like that? What does this all involve? Oh, oops, not that. Cancel. I want delete. I want the application. That's what I want. Window capture. That's what I want. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. There we go. And then I'm gonna, number one, change that to. Come on, buddy. One thing I am noticing is it likes to wiggle over here. Check that out. Okay, 0, 0. Oh, okay, I get it now. Put like that. There we go. Hardware synth. Oh, a Moog. Okay, I mean, I'm not like crazy knowledgeable about all those lovely synthy bits, but I am familiar with the Moog. That's very cool. Gonna be messing with a Moog. There we go. This is what we call the cheap timer, because I'm time strapped to make a fancier one, but you know what? You don't need to, you know? This does the job. This is the trick. This, number one, this is like a productivity trick that, and it's such common sense when you think about it, but it doesn't come to mind often. Yeah, sometimes, yeah, there are fancier tools to get stuff done, and people will tend to focus on that, but you don't have to, you know, really focus on these, you know, fancier tools just, you know, to do something that's something simple and a little sloppier will handle. Like in the long run, if we start doing more of these Let's Creates, I'll probably put up a nicer timer. But right now, you know what? The Google website timer, it does the job. I mean, all we want to do is count time, right? Right? Yeah. See? So, yeah, why not? Although we will probably drop it down a little bit now that I think about it, because we actually did get some time to talk. So let's put it about 70. I think that'll be good, because that'll give us a little time at the end, because it's about 6:23 here. I'm thinking we'll probably be able to kick off the personal work time in maybe about 5 minutes or so, 5 to 7 minutes, and then I'll give us a little bit around an hour and 10, and then we'll have a little time for afterwards to chat about what we did, what we got done, what we created, what we designed. So, Hyper, is your with the what's it called that you're working on, the synth, the Moog? How long does that kind of stuff usually take? Is that something that you'd be like, oh, I'll get it done in like half an hour, we're good? Or is there going to be a lot of fiddling for you on that? Like, is that something that takes some actual, you know, capital E effort to get up and running. Because I am curious. Bunch of presets, so I could cheat. That's true. Be able to actually start, utilizing it right away. But I mean, not of course knowing music and stuff. Like maybe that's not the best practice. Challenge is find something musical myself. Yeah, that's fair. There you go. Yeah, that's kind of the thing I was wondering about. It's like presets, you can start, bloop blop bleeping, start creating your music, but simultaneously, it's like maybe the exploration of it is part of the creativity within itself. I've been, just so I understand it, I've been fiddling a little bit with stable diffusion. With AI, of course, showing up everywhere, I'm like, I feel like I at least need to understand some of this stuff. So I've been looking into LLMs and stable diffusion just so I understand it from a technical standpoint for potential future stuff. And one of the things that I find kind of interesting there is that just slapping in like a model like stable diffusion or flux or any of those guys, you're not guaranteed even if you put in the same prompts. Like, I think a lot of people know this, but just in case they don't, if you put in the same prompts, you're not getting the same stuff out, right? Because it's all kind of randomized. Like, you've got seeds, which are like a core part of randomization and stuff for programming. And it's super interesting to me because my assumption going into this is, yeah, okay, it'll be different each time, but it's, just a matter of, keep clicking the button until something you like shows up, something like that. But I found out there is kind of similar to working on what's a good example of it? Maybe sculpting, possibly, in that you learn techniques for how to reveal what you want from the clay. From the little bit I used to do that when I was in my 20s or whatever. And that parallel actually does come across in this stable diffusion, art stuff, because, well, art, I'm not even going to get into that because, yeah, I am a proponent of, hey, artists are what make art. This is a tool at best. But in order to make what you're looking for, you have to actually use different models, different checkpoints, different they call them LoRa's, different VAEs, and like those will give you like your different, I guess, if you're thinking of it from like watercolor, like a pigment point of view. But even then, there's still like all these variables in terms of like fine tuning stuff to figure it out. And I'll just say I was surprised at how much jiggery pokery there is in that. It was crazy to me. I had no idea. I had none. It's crazy. All right. Well, we got about 3 minutes left. There's one other thing I want to put up before I forget. Excuse me. Which is it's a text thingy. Nice thing is once I make it once, we'll be good for that. Let's create, and then it'll say, let's create in session. If I can spell. Project. Feel free to chat. Have fun. Have fun. We'll talk about our projects when the timer ends. Something like that. Like we'll probably clean this up a little bit later, in future versions of this little adventure. But for now, I think that'll probably be the best way to get this thing going. Go, and then shrinky dinky. No. No. There we go. I'm gonna put it over like right here. Perfect. What do you think? Beautiful? Yeah, beautiful. Works very well. Very classy. Very demure. Very stylish. All right. Well, let's get to it. I'm gonna start the timer. I'm gonna mute myself, but chat is available. So yeah, talk if you want. If I see anything I should feel to reply to, I will also enter the chat. But yeah, just get your creative on. We'll be back in a bit.
Hello there.
Puppers deserves a tasty treat.
I will pop out for a second to say thanks for the subscribe. Much appreciated. There we go. Time is up. Time is up, you lovely people. Yeah, I should probably end that more gracefully, but you know me. If you don't, you should. That was our first little work chunk. And thanks to my screw up of realizing the time was 30 minutes earlier than I described, got a little extra work time, which is pretty good. About 70 minutes of quality get shit done time, which is pretty good. Today, as you may have noticed, I was working on the vlog, trying to get some of that ordered up, which was pretty good. Finally got through the VO, which was good. That has been something that I've been procrastinating on for days. And then started actually working on some of the effect parts, which is kind of nice. It's so nice to get past that. There's so many times where I look at what I want to work on and I just sigh and resign myself to the fact that I don't want to do this one thing, so none of it gets progressed. So it was very nice to actually see some change, get some stuff done. I know Hyper was working on setting up a synthesizer, setting up a Moog of all things. Man, that's pretty crazy. How'd that go for you? How did that progress? And I'd love to hear about Leopleurodon's beatery. How did that go? Oh, excellent. I'm glad to hear the manual is helpful. Oh, awesome. I'll take a look at that after stream. Cool. Thanks, Mongoose. Hey, yeah, you looking at manuals, super helpful. As tempting as it is anytime you get a new toy, man, just to jump in. Like it is sometimes worth it to look at the manual. How was the beatery project, Leah? I know you just probably started on it, sounded like. Creepy Owl Girl is almost entirely framed. Oh, very cool. That's some pretty good. Is there a world story? Yes, there is, as a matter of fact. Mongoose has just sent out the link. That is the link to the Discord. Please feel free to join. We've got cool people over there, so obviously you are invited. Yeah. If this works out pretty well, I'll probably be putting a new channel in specifically for our creative works, our designs and desires. But it sounds like some progress was made. So Leah got sounds like most of the frame framed, which is good. I was able to get some audio and visual completed. It sounds like the Moog at least is further understood now, which is good. That is a good thing. We're happy with that. So I would say this was a pretty good victory for Team Let's Be Creative people. What do you guys think? Did you guys enjoy yourselves? Did you get some good usage out of this? Some quality time with this? That's the thing I'm highly curious about. That's the big part, you know? Excellent. Cha-cha. I like that one. I mean, us Star Citizen folks, we're all about the 07s, but I like the huzzah. Love company for making stuff. Exactly. That was the thing that I really liked about it when I was in the right now creating streams. It was just the fact that everyone was there, you know. You had the opportunity to, you know, talk to someone about what you're working on. And creativity in a void is hard. And I feel like having the opportunity to, I mean, even if it's just digitally, like we're just clickety-clacketying to each other, I feel like there's a benefit to it. I think there's it's useful. It's empowering, you know? And so I'm really happy that worked out pretty well. Cool. Super cool. This is good. So yeah, we'll do another one of these in a couple of weeks. I think I'm going to actually adhere to the 6 o'clock time though, because I feel like that is probably the closest to a time that'll work across the U.S. Obviously, being a West Coaster, and I know a lot of the people in the current stream are West Coasters as well. There is kind of a bias towards, you know, this later time works pretty well for us, but I know some people wanted to join, but it's a little late. So I think 6 is probably the closest compromise I could do outside of, you know, not working. So yeah, I know Mongoose is a Midwesterner. He's if I remember, you're Eastern Standard Midwesterner too. So you're not even like Central Time, which you're the full 3 hour difference. And that's the one that's that's the one that I would love to be able to. Ideally, what I'd love to be able to do is maybe do it about an hour earlier, do it around 5. Ironically, that was when the Right Now stream was at 5, and it worked out well for a lot of people because basically it was technically 6 because the lady was out in, I think she was in Mountain Time, but I think she was out in like South Dakota, I think, something like that. But because of that, like at 5, it's only 8 Eastern, so everyone was able to show up. I might be able to do that down the road, and if that's the case, I think that'll work great for a lot of people. But for now, the earliest I can really do it outside of, you know, just not having a dinner is 6, but I think that's what we'll stick with for now. So we'll definitely do this again, I think, in two weeks time. I also think I like the 2 hour window because I got a chunk done, and that's really kind of the thing I feel like with these kinds of things really helps is having a window that's dedicated. Like if let's go on the other direction, like having less time than I was planning, let's say 30 minutes, like that's still 30 minutes more you got to do with it. But the amount of time it takes us to kind of spin up on a lot of these projects that we work on, these ideas that, you know, we're wrestling with. Cause, you know, a lot of it's, you know, creativity is thinking, planning, you know, what do you want to call it? Mentally gestating like a crazy mental alien baby. There, that seems reasonable. Everyone can understand that one. You end up spending so much time getting to the getting your mind prepped. Like you sit down, you're like, okay, I'm ready to go. Okay, I got to do this, all these little things beforehand before you actually get to the thing you're trying to do. And so 30 minutes, you may only get maybe, I don't know, 15 minutes worth of time that you actually work on the thing, at which point you're like, well, dude, that's nothing. You know, it took me as long to get ready as it did to work on it. Hour, I feel like, you know, obviously not as bad, but it's still kind of the same thing. You only get that little bit, you know, that tiny smidge. I feel like the hour and a half window, we did an hour 10 today, but had I actually started when I apparently originally said I was going to start at 6 o'clock, we could have done the full hour and a half. I think that probably is a nice chunk of time. And it also gives people a window. If they're late, they can come in, just start working on stuff. If they don't have the time to stay the whole time, they can, you know, hang out for as long as they can, give a good goodbye, and off they go. You know, it gives, I think, a bigger window. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about that as a thought? And also, did anything come up as you were working on your stuff that you hadn't realized before? Anything that you discovered, like maybe about the Moog, maybe about the framing process? Like, you know, is anything come up while you were working on this? Like longer session or later. That's because I'm West Coaster who gets off at 5:30. Yep. I know what you mean. That's actually exactly why 6 right now is my earliest. I work from home, and even then it's like 6 is as early as I can go. I get off roughly 5, realistically 5:15, 5:30, and then, you know, it's like walk the dog, eat food, turn around, get my ass in the computer, start the stream. And so yeah, it's a tight 1 hour window. So yeah, I think 6 is probably, at least for a while, the earliest. But either way, if I do look at starting it later, the benefit is, if I do start it earlier but go longer, that's the way I wanted to word it. The benefit is people that come in later will have more room. And so if I do end up finding a way to start it earlier down the road, I might just make it longer. So it might end up being like, if I start at 5, we'll still go to 8. That way, you know, late people can come in, early people can leave. The people want to stay for the whole thing can stay for the whole thing. I might actually get shit done. Holy crap, you know? Dare to dream. But yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. But here, since you guys got to watch a lot of this, I thought I'd play the one thing that was driving me nuts. I don't know if you guys saw me like pitching a silent fit over here, but I saved a chunk because I thought it was hilarious. I thought you guys would appreciate it as I was working on the voiceover stuff. Let's see. Here you go. Right there. Here we go. Oh, hold on. Except it's not playing now. Why aren't you playing, buddy? Hold on, let me double check. I had to flip a lot of switches to get things back on, so I got to make sure it's all actually flipped back the way God intended. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Is it that guy? Yeah, I think it's that guy. That guy? I wouldn't worry about that guy. All right. I had planned to go... Fuck! Stop. Here, I'll turn it up even a little bit. There we go. I had planned to go... Fuck! Stop. That's my gift to you guys. That was basically like most of the time that I was working on stuff. That was basically, if you saw me flailing my hands or you know, like just yelling at my computer. Basically, there were a lot more cuts like that, but I held that one because I thought that one was just the funniest one. But yeah, that was basically me, because thered be so many times, like I said, brewery. It's like Jesus, man, you can't do that one. It's like I have to like try to like specifically go, I am not from the Midwest. Brewery. I actually gave up and just went brewery. I didn't care, because otherwise then it would be like, you know, I went to the brewery, and it's like, dude, you don't talk like that. No, I don't. I say brewery. So it's brewery. God damn. It drives me nuts. Every so often, there's still just a hint of the Midwest. I don't have a lot of a Midwest accent The only times it comes out is in stuff like that. That and the slightly nasal tone, because you never get rid of that. Oh my God, dude! Listening to my sister when I talk to her, she's got like this one, you know. I love her to death, of course, but God dang, every time I talk to her, I'm like, right, we're from the Midwest. I may have forgotten it, but I won't now. She's a really, really nice lady, of course. She has to be. She's my sister. She's lovely. But yeah, I feel like today was a pretty good success. I got so much done. Like, here, look at this. Look at this chunk right here. Watch this. Ready? It now, the thing is, of course, the first phase I'm working on is adding assets. So it doesn't have any sort of animation or anything. It's just planting them. But here, OrcaCon, Emerald City Comic Con, Gen Con, PAX West, a lot of cons. That is a lot of cons, and there's going to be even more. So yeah, that's literally just the start of it, man. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. SitCon, that's true. Well, I didn't get to go to that one. These are actually ones I usually go to, and there's actually, when it goes to a lot of cons, there will be a lot more icons on that screen. But yeah, hopefully that won't be a problem next year. Hopefully. But yeah. I want to get this thing out the door. Damn it, it's been sitting here forever. But I hope you guys had a good time. Me too. I want to go to SitCon. I definitely want to go to CitizenCon. But not in the cards this year, but hopefully next year. Yeah. But I hope you guys had a good time. Hope you had fun. Hope you got creative. Hope you made some progress if I'm from further north. And we'll do this again. We will definitely do this again. 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. All right. That's the plan. That's the goal. Post my beats in the Discord. Nice. Yeah, right after this, once I get everything all shut down for the night, I'll make another channel, and it's going to be our creativity channel. Got to show our works. Show our works. I'll probably make it a category, because this is something I actually really kind of want to build up. So we'll maybe I'll start with a channel. We'll turn it into a category once I actually have the crap to put in there. Creativity Corner. I like it. I actually just created a Discord for some of the streamers I've been collabing with, so we can have a place to coordinate, plans and stuff. And like, true to the ridiculous, goofy ass names I come up with, that's Collaboration Station. So Creativity Corner is right in there, man. So it works well. We got Collaboration Station. We got Creativity Corner. What do we got next? What would be the next one in that vein? Like probably Responsibility Rotunda. There you go. If you got to get something done, you got to go to Responsibility Rotunda. But yeah, no, Creativity Corner. I like that. Good job, Mongoose. You have named our channel. It's going to be good. All right. Well, I'm just prattling on. I'll give you guys a moment. If you guys have anything else you'd like to add about what you got done, what you think of this as a thing, all that stuff, now is a good time. So feel free to ping it in chat. We're gonna wrap up after that. All hail the corner. Yes, that's right. The most powerful corner. The corner of creativity. The corner where all of our brains turn into a pudding as we emanate all these creativity thoughts. Microwave our brains with all of our crazy creativity thoughts. I always feel exhausted when I put too much creative thought into things. I've found that that's definitely a thing for me. Like it's an effort. It's an effort. It's a worthy effort, and I love doing it, but it exhausts. It exhausts. All right, guys. Well, I think this was a smashing success. Thank you all for coming. Very first, Let's Create. As a note, if you guys have any interest for some reason having this available again, like this specific stream, the VOD is up on YouTube. So if you're like, hey, I want to just put this on in the background and just big chill, or I want to relive Jason flailing like a crazy person at things we couldn't hear, it's up there. So feel free to take a look. Feel free to, I guess, not take a listen. There wasn't much in terms of audio. But yeah, for now, thanks for coming. Thanks for being creative. We're going to do this again. I'll talk to y'all soon. Have a good night. And we'll be back to games tomorrow. Talk to you then. Bye.